In the heart of Europe, a significant event unfolded from 1884 to 1885. European powers gathered in Berlin, Germany. This was the Berlin Conference. Its purpose, to divide the African continent among themselves. 14 nations participated. They included powerful countries like Great Britain, France, Germany, and Portugal. Notably absent were any representatives from Africa. The Berlin Conference marked a turning point. It formalized the European scramble for Africa. This scramble was a period of intense colonization. European powers were eager to claim African territories as their own. The conference established rules for this division. It legitimized their pursuit of African resources and land. The conference had a profound impact on Africa. It superimposed European boundaries onto a continent with its own diverse cultures and histories. This division disregarded existing African political and social structures. It sowed the seeds of future conflicts over land and resources. France, like other European powers, had strong motivations for colonizing Africa. Economic gain was a primary driver. The Industrial Revolution had created a huge demand for raw materials. Africa, with its vast natural resources, was an attractive target. Rubber, timber, diamonds, gold. These were just some of the riches that France sought to exploit. National pride also fueled France's colonial ambitions. In the late 19th century, European powers were engaged in a fierce competition for global dominance. Acquiring colonies was seen as a measure of national strength and prestige. France, eager to assert its power on the world stage, saw colonial expansion as a path to glory. France justified its colonization through the idea of a civilizing mission. This paternalistic ideology argued that Europeans had a duty to bring progress and civilization to Africa. This meant imposing French culture, language, and religion on the African people. Of course, this ignored the rich and complex civilizations that already existed in Africa. Before the arrival of European colonizers, Africa was a continent of immense diversity and complexity. It was home to a multitude of ethnic groups, languages, and religions. From the ancient empires of Mali and Songhai in the west to the Swahili city-states along the east coast, Africa boasted a rich tapestry of cultures. African societies had developed sophisticated systems of governance, trade, and art. The Ashanti Empire, for example, had a centralized government and a thriving gold trade. The Great Zimbabwe civilization left behind impressive stone structures, evidence of their architectural prowess. The European perception of Africa as a dark continent in need of saving was a gross misrepresentation. It served as a convenient excuse for colonial exploitation, masking the true motives of greed and power. The Berlin Conference and the subsequent colonization of Africa cast a long shadow over the continent. The artificial borders drawn by European powers created lasting divisions. They grouped together diverse ethnicities and divided others, planting the seeds of future conflicts. The exploitation of Africa's resources left its economies weakened and dependent. Colonial policies often favored European interests over African ones, hindering the development of local industries. The psychological impact of colonization, with its inherent racism and cultural denigration, was equally damaging. The legacy of the Berlin Conference is still felt today. Many African nations continue to grapple with the challenges of poverty, conflict, and political instability, issues rooted in their colonial past. Understanding this history is crucial for appreciating the complexities of modern Africa.